Hi, I'm Commissioner Nancy Jester, and welcome to Nancy Jester Reports for Tuesday, February 5th, 2019. So I've had a couple weeks where I didn't get to do my video update, so I'm going to turn my phone off so it doesn't beep while I'm doing this. But so I apologize for missing a couple of weeks, but I want to get you up to speed. We're in obviously the beginning of the year, so we're in the heart of budget season now. So most of my remarks are going to talk about that. We may do some additional budget-specific videos in the future. So today we met as a committee of the whole, though, just to go over our meeting agenda for what will be next week's business meeting. We have some perfunctory things in here, a few various items that are going to go to committee, some appointments, nothing too earth-shattering. We did get a placeholder for a budget hearing that will be next week for the CEO's budget, the 2019 budget. It doesn't have some changes that I do understand we are going to see in it from what he originally submitted to the Board of Commissioners back in December. So I await those changes, and if you want to join us and give public comment on that hearing on Friday, or excuse me, next Tuesday, please join us next Tuesday. What was most important about today's discussion was a presentation by the actuary and the consulting actuary and the chair of the pension board. So we got a presentation about the sort of some history of the pension plan. You'll know that in previous years we've had discussions of unfunded pension liabilities, and also there have been recent articles in the AJC, and of course pension liabilities, public pension liabilities, are a really big issue. You know, some states and locations, county and city jurisdictions have not managed their pension plans well and run into trouble there. I will say that I'm cautiously optimistic about our plan. I have some concerns about it, but I think that some good decisions are being made by the pension board. I think the pension board's decision to lower the discount rate to 6.5 is very good, because we had kept contributions too low for many, many years, and I will probably write something about that so you can look and see the experience over the years. There was almost a decade where the county took a holiday, really, and employee and employer contributions were very, very low, and we expended some of the overfunding that we had, and here we are now at a situation where we really need to be concerned, but we've got a closed amortization schedule to wear away our unfunded liability. We're at year 25 of a 30-year closed amortization schedule, so things are going in the right direction, but we just need to continue to be prudent. That being said, one of the things I'm concerned about, and it did come up today, was the desire by the board and the county as a whole to put forth legislation that would set up a special tax district for new cities, and it would assess only on those new cities an additional tax of something to be determined to deal with unfunded liabilities. I'm very much against this. I do not believe that any liability issues in the pension plan stem at all in any way, shape, or form, technically, arithmetically, from the formation of cities. I will remind everyone that the cities all still pay into the general fund. Most cities, all the new cities, pay into the fire fund. The only significant fund they're not paying into would be the police fund, but the vast majority of your county tax liability is still being paid by the city. So I just don't think that that this is in order. So I'll keep you updated on that legislative issue as we go forward. Another legislative issue as we go forward is the, I think I have it behind me. No, maybe I moved it. Is the tax liability, well, I don't know what I've done with, that's okay, is commercial property appraisal. We have seen some issues come up here. We've had some folks call us about this. The appraised value of commercial real estate went up countywide about 21%. It was a little bit different between incorporated and unincorporated, but we're talking 21% in incorporated, almost 18% in unincorporated, so very significant. And why was that? Well, it was due, according to our chief appraiser in DeKalb to a House bill that passed last year, House Bill 196, that had in it a provision that said the methodology must change for calculating your appraised value or your assessed value, and that an income approach must be used. So we're trying to unravel this situation and understand how that law passed and the implications of it. Is this law being consistently applied to other jurisdictions, not just DeKalb? We're seeing very large increases, like I said, to these commercial properties, and we want to understand why that is. Are we applying the law correctly? Are there any legal challenges that are currently going on? We understand that we think there may be a case out there with a ruling against this particular legislative bill from last year. We're trying to figure it all out, so stay tuned for that, because that has big implications for our commercial tax base in DeKalb County. One thing that I will also note, the Finance, Audit, and Budget Committee, which I chair, has been assigned the procurement ordinance. This has been something the Commission's been working on really for 2 years, and it's came out of the ethics and the audit, all those referendums that we passed a few years back to improve county government. One of the things the voters voted on was making a procurement ordinance and codifying that in county code. So the board has been working on that diligently, and we had an ad hoc committee on that. We've asked the administration and the purchasing department for comments since last July. We haven't really gotten that. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with it in the Finance Committee, and we'll have some hearings about that and discuss that. Probably that won't heat up until March, so stay tuned for that. And one of the things we're adding, and I think I've already discussed this with you, we're adding a SPLOST reporting on a regular basis in the Finance Committee. So just like we get our county monthly statements, and we will get our audit statements, we are also going to get these monthly SPLOST statements. I will note for you that at the end of 2018, on the administration prepared SPLOST statement, total transportation amount expended for the current year for 2018, the first year of the SPLOST collection, was zero. So they haven't spent any money yet on transportation, which I'm very sad about. I'm optimistic because I think they're getting their ball rolling now, and on Thursday we're going to meet specifically about SPLOST spending this Thursday as a commission. So join us for that if you want to, but we're slow, and I just want you to know that we're slow in getting these roads paved. Hopefully that is going to change very quickly, so I'll keep you posted on that as well. I've got other committee meetings I'm doing this afternoon, so I'm taping before I do those. Usually I tape afterwards, but I'll try and give you an update on those at another time. So thank you, and stay tuned for another edition of Nancy Jester Reports.